Now, when I first got the list of speakers for this showcase, this is a name that I knew, and I was thrilled to see on it because Gary, who's going to be our next speaker up, who I'll introduce shortly, is a former president of this chapter. And so I know him through the fact that the National Speakers Association works collaboratively and collectively across all of the chapters. And Gary has done some great work in the chapter here in the past. So I was very thrilled to see his name on the list. He's a brilliant mind that's coming to you today. So without further ado, Gary McKinsey works with entrepreneurs who want to increase their pricing and profit, don't we all, so that they can reduce their financial stress and live their life according to their vision for their life. Let's take it away, Gary.
It was 1:27 p.m. Friday, March 16th, 2001. I was just excited. So I was standing in the green room of the White House, and that warm, friendly Texan, President George W. Bush, was shaking my hand and saying, "Glad you can be here, partner." Whoa! A dream come true. That evening, my hotel room, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about my journey. And I invite you to come way back, way back in time with me. When I was 19 years old, I was extremely shy, had very little self-confidence, and I was very unhappy with me. On that afternoon, I had this compelling urge that I should go to this little hole-in-the-wall bookstore that I'd never been to. Thought, I'll take a chance. Had you been with me, say, walk into that tiny, cramped, musky smelling bookstore, you'd have saw me looking. And then suddenly, this red book jumped out at me. Whoa. And I read it and said, "Gary, I have a solution to all your problems." Thought, pretty bold statement. No, it's 97 cents. I'll take a chance. And I took that book home, and as I read it, I discovered 4 time-tested, proven strategies. These strategies absolutely changed my life. Would you like to know those strategies? Those strategies, strategy number 1 was, when you have a goal, when you have a vision, be sure that it's in harmony with you, your life, and all those around you, and that it does no harm. Now, how do you find this? Meditation or prayer. This first strategy is called prayerize. Now, strategy number 2. Okay, and I want you to stay with me now. This is a little woo-woo, and I don't get very woo-woo. Practice visually, transporting yourself into your future, and see what you'll be seeing, hear what you'll be hearing, and feel what you'll be feeling when you realize you've achieved your goal. This strategy is called visualization. And strategy number 3. Okay, now this was the one where people have challenge. It's where I lose most people. I won't lose you because you're here today. This strategy is taking daily action towards achieving your goal. Now, this strategy in the book calls it energize. So we talked about prayerize, visualize, energize. And strategy number 4, that day that suddenly say, "Oh, I'm seeing what I was seeing. I'm hearing what I was been hearing. I'm feeling what I was be feeling." Stop and celebrate. You have achieved your goal. It's called celebration. And that's what I was doing that day in the White House as I shook hands with President George W. Bush. And I attribute my getting to the White House by following those 4 strategies. But this goes way back in time to when I received a congressional appointment to the White House Conference on Small Business conducted by then President Clinton. And I served on the tax committee. Now, the tax committee, we would meet with President Clinton, but never at the White House. At the end of any meeting, Clinton would always say, is anyone here from Arkansas? You know, he was the former governor of Arkansas. If there's anyone here from the Arkansas, I invite you to come to the White House. Well, I wanted to go to the White House. I was from California. No invitation. So I set my goal, be invited to the White House. Now you're probably thinking, Gary, I'm not interested in meeting politicians. How do you apply this to my business and to my life? Oh, and before I go on, you may want to write this down. The name of the book, The Power of Positive Thinking, written by an old-time Methodist minister, Norman Vincent Peale. As I think about applying this to her life, I think about a client. Her name was Eloise. And I first met Eloise in a coffee shop, and she said, Gary, my girlfriends say I'm crazy. What do you think? I just met this woman. Eloise, tell me more. Well, Gary, I have this amazing job, great possibilities, tremendous pay. I'm on the fast track to becoming a vice president, and I'm terribly unhappy. I want to start my own business. I want to change lives. Oh, well, let's try strategy number 1. Eloise, have you discussed this with your family, those people around you? Yes, my husband supports me. My kids are teenagers. They don't care what I do. And I know I can change lives. Now, strategy number 2, that's visualization. And Eloise, tell me about your business. And she described in vivid detail what she would be doing and how she would be helping people, how she'd be helping them change their lives. I said, Eloise, for the last 30 years, I have worked with individuals just like you, and I've helped them take their vision, their idea from an idea to achievement, to implementation. Next, we worked on strategy number 3. We worked together to create an action plan. And Eloise took the first step. I was so excited. And then she took the second and the third, and she went on and on and on. Oh, and I remember the day I received a phone call from her, and she excitedly said, Gary, I've just received an engagement to speak at a major conference. And I invite you to come to my book signing. Wow. At the book signing, my book, she wrote, Dear Gary, without your help and guidance, this would have not happened. Whoa. Whoa. Hi, my name is Gary McKinsey, and I'm a business coach. And I leave you with this one action. If you have a dream, chase it. If you have a chance, take it.
That was the best investment of 97 cents ever. Gary, you know that I count, you can count me among your fans. I love the fact that you coach other business owners and that you are so excited as they continue to climb the ladder and get better and stronger and reach that next level. Having somebody who's a cheerleader and an advocate by their side has got to make it easier to make that change. Now, I do want to know if you just considered moving to Arkansas, like, or getting a second home. I'm just saying, you could have short-circuited this, getting to the White House. I'm just saying there were some other options. I'm such a fan of yours, Gary. Thank you so much for joining us today. You've been such a supporter of NSA and NSA Northern Colorado and Northern California. See, I'm in Colorado. It just messes me up. Northern California for so many years. I so appreciate you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.